people in need during this Thanksgiving season. The Sun Devils, even coming off that big win, Jaden Daniels and company still out there helping people in the community. Kentucky on a few days before their big rivalry game today that we'll talk about a bit against Louisville, out there helping folks. And then Minnesota, this has really been a big part of the culture that P.J. Fleck has instilled. Minnesota also doing some work. Well, catch up in oars right there to get everything ready here as David Pollack joins us during this Thanksgiving season. I noticed that Team Pollack got blown out in the Crew Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl.
Oh, my team take care of business. You know what? Bad coaching. I put that. It's my fault.
More general manager.
I got to do better. I got to do a better job for my team. I apologize, team.
I don't think they involved you enough. That was
for sure.
Perhaps the issue. There were some games on Friday during this Thanksgiving weekend in which there are a lot at stake, including spots in conference championship games in the American. Memphis and Cincinnati. Turns out we're going to have a rematch. Memphis up 20-17. Brady White to DeMonte Coxey.
Yeah, Brady White has so many playmakers. It's a close game till late when the athletic ability and the speed on the perimeter for Memphis just took over. Brady White, man, he's got a lot of weapons.
Antonio Gibson would house it. Memphis wins the West Division for the third straight year. They'll play Cincinnati again, and they'll host it again for the right, perhaps, to be the highest-ranked champion from a group of five. I think the American champion ought to go to New Year's Six anyway. In the ACC, Virginia Tech and Virginia. Oh, how the Hokies have owned this series, but Bryce Perkins is loose.
He's got the wheels, man. I tell you what, the offensive line hasn't been the most making the most room all year. Yeah. Bryce Perkins doing a great job finding him himself.
He's a dynamic player with the ball in his hand.
Oh, this is big. This is big.
And then Hooker.
Right back
Trey Turner just took it. Virginia Tech
looking
back
good.
They were going for their 16th straight win over Virginia, but now tied at 30. Hooker, whoops.
Hadn't done that all season long. Zero interceptions coming into this ball game.
Hate to throw one in that game.
And then Brian Delaney knocks it through. 33-30 lead. Would Virginia Tech find a way to break the Who's heart? They haven't beaten the Hokies since Mr. Jefferson was on the grounds. And now they finally have. As Mandy Alonzo gets the sack to cover him. Bronco Mendenhall. And the Cavaliers celebrating. We're going to bust up the rock.
Swing it.
A lot of emotion right there, fellas. A lot of emotion.
You get the
Bronco.
They win the ACC Coastal. Now every team in the Coastal has won it.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if you're sitting at home, think about this. 7 years, 7 different teams have gone to the ACC championship. You couldn't do that if you tried.
Right.
Oh, parity.
Parity.
Yeah.
That's one word. But I'm happy.
Mediocrity?
Yeah. But how about Virginia? They were 5-3, had some tough losses to Miami, to Louisville. We win 4 in a row at the end. They knock off Virginia Tech in a rivalry game. They advance, get to Charlotte. You can see it's been a long. They get what? Clemson.
You get Clemson in the ACC championship game.
We've been talking about that all year.
I enjoyed that celebration.
Bronco's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. They won't back down either.
You start looking at that now. Virginia have anything for Clemson in the championship game?
I think they're going to bring up physicality. I think the first quarter will be really competitive. Then things will settle down. Clemson may run away with it.
Bear, do you see this being a competitive game at all? I mean, Clemson's messed around in this game a couple times. North Carolina comes to mind one year against Virginia Tech.
There's so much on the line. I have a hard time seeing it. They've been absolutely dominant since that close loss to Carolina. What's it going to be, 24 somewhere in that range probably?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Speaking of the ACC, you got BC and Pitt.
Hey.
What do you got for us?
The team that was in the ACC title game last year. BC needs a game for bowl eligibility today, but I don't see it. Their defense is really bad. Both teams coming off of embarrassing losses. Pitt was shut out by Virginia Tech last week. Narduzzi's got a really good run defense there. I think at home, that number, I just trust Pitt, which is amazing to say.
That's a big statement.
I trust Pitt more than anything. That's incredible. I like Pitt's rush defense. I think they show up at home today, and BC stays home the whole season.
Outstanding.
Herbie, you like the coat Bears rocking there?
Yeah, I like the toboggan, the coat. I mean, we got
toboggan
gloves.
He's all bundled up over there.
Yeah, Bear's ready. He knows what to prepare when he comes up here to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
You don't call it toboggan, you call it a toque. What do you call it?
It's a hat.
A hat? I'm like
we call it
a toboggan.
We call it a scully.
Yeah, scully.
Scully, yeah.
I bet somebody yelled at me and said a toboggan's a sled.
That's what I was thinking.
If you grow up down in Gainesville, you know it doesn't really ever get that cold. You know, Percy Harvin's going to be Mr. Two-Bits today.
Nice.
He never lost to Florida State.
Yeah.
But Florida State hasn't lost in Gainesville since 2009.
Yeah.
That is crazy to think about. I'll tell you what, Odell Higgins, how about it? Done a good job. You can tell a little bit more energy, throwing the football down the field back-to-back 300-yard games for Justin Blackmon. How about Dan Mullen, too? Done a great job in Gainesville. They've done some great things. And Kyle Trask has been one of the best stories in all of college football, throwing the ball all over the yard.
Louisville and Kentucky. This is always a big one in the state of Kentucky, obviously. It's amazing to watch UK offensively. They're averaging 62 yards a game through the air in the last 7 games. I don't know if anybody's improved as much as Louisville. Throwing the ball around, Michael Cunningham, Tutu Atwell, Des Fitzpatrick. It's a good showdown this today.
Yeah, no doubt. How about Georgia versus Georgia Tech? You know, the Bulldogs offense, they've been playing good, not great lately. Scored 21 points against Auburn, 19 against A&M, but they're playing against a Georgia Tech defense that gives up an average of 30 points per game. You got the Bulldogs favored by 28.5. I think they're covered today, so I'm going Bulldogs big over Georgia Tech.
So you don't think that because Kirby Smart and Jeff Collins work together at Alabama, he's going to take it easy on him?
No, because at this point, style points matter.
Yeah.
You know, getting ready for that SEC championship.
Very true, exactly.
You know how excited Kirby is not to be playing the triple option this week before the SEC championship game? And everybody in that locker room is like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, but how worried is he doesn't have his top receiver now? Forget it. Lawrence Cager's out. He's going to miss not only this game, but the SEC championship game, too. Like I said, they've been playing good, not great. They have a fantastic defense, an outstanding defense that'll keep them in any game. But at some point, Jake Fromm and that offense, they're going to really have to score more points.
It's amazing Kentucky. I mentioned that what they've done throwing the ball. Lynn Bowden's a receiver who's moved over to quarterback because of some injuries, running the ball more. 62 yards a game.
62.
Wow.
And they're 4-2 in the span of those games. This will be heated today. It'll be a good one, I think, to watch.
Stoops has done a great job.
Man,
with that
just
team,
finding a way.
Finding a way to get it done.
You want to hear something that's kind of crazy? Dan Mullen, the job he's done, back-to-back, has a chance to go back-to-back 10-win seasons. That hasn't been done at Florida since 2008 and 2009. I mean, think about that. And he doesn't have his guys, but has done a great job with a backup quarterback throughout the season. Tip of the cap for Dan Mullen this season. The job he's done this season, it's been incredible.
You also get the North Carolina State game today, which is not one of those SEC, ACC games, but the Tar Heels trying to get to bowl eligibility for the first time under Mack Brown. And if Mack wins, he'll be at 500 all-time against the Wolfpack. 1 game under right now. Wolfpack's had a rough season. They're probably ready to regroup for the offseason.
UNC, every game's competitive.
1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Sports Center comes your way. Rivalry week reactions. You know, if it snows some more, that's just going to be an exercise in futility right there, getting the snow out of the way at TCF Bank Stadium. We'll have some clarity on the playoff picture and with Trae Young against James Harden as well. Oh, for Pete's sake, look who's out there in the middle. Okay, I promise I won't do that too much, but I love the movie Fargo. Sort of the same dialect. Maria Taylor's down in the middle with the chill.
I am. I'm trying to stay warm out here, Reese. It's so great to be out here in Minnesota with the Gophers. And we got so much more coming your way on College Game Day, which, by the way, I hope you've already started your Black Friday shopping, your holiday shopping in general. So we're going to walk through some of the wish list of the top college football teams. We're talking Alabama, Auburn, Ohio State, Michigan. What is on their list? The guys are going shopping for all of those squads. And, of course, we have to talk about You Had One Job, because did you see this moment when you were watching the Egg Bowl? Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. We're walking through all of the ridiculous moments in college football and beyond.